This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from Nashville. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go. 15, run. 15, run. Watch the slat. Watch the slat. Watch the slat. Watch the slat.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 25 on second down, Tannehill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Tannehill firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Returnable for Sherrills. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, Cook.
No!
Across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Cook. Ten yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had another coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Gun. 48.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On second down, here's Henry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after one on EA Sports.
Hey, Haywood.
Off play action, Tannehill. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
132 fighter. Now.
On second down, it's Henry. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. And it's complete. Henry. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second and 9, Tannehill. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Greystone, travel. Look at me. Go.
Third and long. It's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
All right, let's go. I should have scored.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On second and 11 now. Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. To throw again on second down, Tannehill. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Now Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
A 36-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. A first down throw for Cousins. And Diggs has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Gun. 54, Mike, 54. Hey, we're good, we're good. 54, block 54. Hey, here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's get up. Hey, can. Gun. Ready weapons. Night, sweetheart. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Through. It's our time, guys. It's our time. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, I'm coming.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
I'm fucking up big time, man.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
I had a chance for points. Wow.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and the staff coach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you. And
this dude is not good.
Quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume.
All right, man. Come on, no more dumb mistakes. Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Let's go.
They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Now let's
They
go.
get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Go, go, go.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now a run with Cook. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the carry, it's Cook.
Come on, hold your block.
Room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal.
Let's go. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Oh, you got deep? Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Know your job. Mike 48.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. They'll run it again with Henry. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up third and 13.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Wow!
And he's got it. And they will get this across midfield, but still well.
Oh, yeah, they don't want me to win this game.
Dropped at the 46.
They do not want me to win this game. Wow. Y'all get out of here playing.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Wow. How didn't I pick that? That's all I want to know.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next
My dude was right there.
I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
That one goes for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
Hey, box drop, box drop. Hey, let's check, watch out. Check, Mike.
A second down throw for Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 42. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a
Finally.
Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 42 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. And they got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. Rolling to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Danielle Hunter picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tannehill.
Wow, come on, boy, you right there.
17 yards on that play for the Titans. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
I think they like this drive
Wow.
a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 41 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Wow.
He is into the end zone again, so get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure.
I gave this game away. This dude is not good at all.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Wow.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here
I'm just giving these games away.
Their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw, Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing is Cousins, and he's able to find Diggs. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. Cousins is such a good route runner, shows it there on 3rd down, very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.